the 17th, December 17th. It's nice out. The birds are chirping. I got my bird app with me today, so we can identify some birds during the morning coffee podcast. What do you think? And we have a little poll, as always. Dun, 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 dun. How many frogs? Make sure I spell this right. Are there in the world? And then we'll put approximately because we don't want people freaking out. Let's do yeah, almost there. There we go. So how many? Leo! Leo is alive and well and on the stream this morning. We obviously know that's a crow cawing behind me. So our poll today is how many frogs are there in the world, approximately? And our choices are 5,500, 7,400, and 8,900, or frogs are gross. So we'll see how that goes today. How's your mom, Leo? I hope she's doing well. I know you had to take care of her and you weren't on here for a while because of that, which is totally understandable. Some other birds in the background. So, real quickly, I've mentioned this app a million times. It's called Merlin, Merlin. Okay, it's probably backwards. It's free. You can get it on iPhone or Android. You download the map where you are anywhere in the world, hit the microphone and listen. It'll identify birds for you. Let's see it. Now you can see the sound graph up here, and I'm talking how the sound graph is going crazy now. But every time it hears a bird, again, it'll highlight it yellow. Pretty cool, huh? So we got the eastern towhee, northern cardinal, white-throated sparrow, and yellow-bellied sapsucker, which is kind of like a woodpecker. The crow obviously was very quiet during this experiment. He did not want to be identified. But, and then after you identify them, you can click on them and learn more about them. Cornell University does this app, and it's free, and they use the information you gather to track bird migration and things like that. So you're helping them in their study of bird migration, and you get to learn about birds at the same time. So, yeah, exactly. So, I'm in the southeast United States, so I downloaded that entire map. And it has these little check marks. The blue ones are the ones that I've verified, that I've actually seen. Hey, Fox. And sometimes they'll have other little symbols like orange or red, which means that bird is a very rare bird to be in your area at this time of year. So you have to, verify that. It's really cool. And then you can, like I said, learn more about them. It's a really neat app called Merlin, Merlin, and it's free. So yeah, thought I'd share that. You want to be a mod? We got to earn your stripes there, Fox on. I don't have a lot of mods. I only got maybe 3 or 4, and so yeah, we'll see. Well, maybe we'll work up to that one day. But right now, we're having a little cup of coffee. Nice and tasty. It's not that cold out this morning. It's supposed to get up to like 70 degrees today. I'm telling you, the weather in Georgia is insane. It's 30 degrees one day and 70 degrees the next. It's wild. Clorox is here. The name brand bleach. So the reason I asked that question about the frogs in the poll is that I was asking Gemini, the AI app, some fun facts around the world, things like that. And it came up with this thing about how in India they have discovered yet another new frog in the northeastern part of India. They call it the common name for it is the night frog, and it's the size of your thumbnail. It's like super tiny, and it's almost translucent. You can kind of see its organs and stuff. I haven't looked it up yet, but as far as images, I just listened to it about it. It's fascinating. They were just they were looking for some other type of frog, and then they stumbled upon this frog, and it's a tiny little guy. It's kind of wild that they come across it, and then Do you work at the post office? Yes, I do. I'm actually on the back loading dock of the post office right now. So yeah. But yeah, a little frog the size of your thumbnail. And frogs eat bugs, so I can imagine what tiny little bugs it's eating. It's already tiny itself. It's having to find even tinier bugs to eat. Hello, Marlas. Thank you for joining us this morning. We're just discussing frogs today. Would have been a teacher. Bart, man. I like your icon, dude. That's pretty cool. Good old Bart Simpson. Who else is enjoying a cup of coffee at this time in the morning or evening, or wherever you are? I get people from all over the world in here, so I can't say morning for everyone, right? I did a random live stream last night, tea time. I don't know, just for the heck of it. And some people are talking about different types of teas they make. And you can make a banana peel tea. It's a real thing. You take your banana peels, you cut them up, put them in boiling water, let it simmer, strain it, and you got banana peel tea. It's supposed to have antioxidants and all kinds of other stuff in it. And I don't know. I think I'll try it one day. Get some banana. I have bananas all the time at the house, so yeah. I'm in the Atlanta, Georgia area, but banana peel tea, and then somebody else said they take other fruit peels and save them in the fridge so that they can make different types of tea. Like apple peels and orange peels and lemon peels and all these different type of fruit peels, and then mix them together and make different teas. And I just never thought of doing that before. It's kind of cool. So I may try that one day. So we got a NASA person on here. All right, NASA graduated Harvard. You got 6 medals of honors and then the Navy SEALs. Myself, if you had all those accolades, I would find it hard to believe you'd waste your time watching me on YouTube Live. And if you did have all that, those accolades, you need to tell us what those drones are in New Jersey. Oh man, how many old ladies help across the street and kittens you pulled out of trees, and can you leap a building in a single bound? 6 Medal of Honors in the Navy SEALs. Oh man, you'd be quite the guy to be able to pull that off. I was in the service 23 years. I never met one person who had the Medal of Honor. Not that I was going around asking, or actively looking for someone, but yeah, I never met. There's plenty of them out there, but somebody with the Medal of Honor really doesn't brag about it. That's kind of a thing about you're doing your service for your country, you volunteer, and you do what needs to be done. And if you get a medal of some sort, it's not something to brag about. Really, most people, if not all, who have high honors like that don't brag about them. They don't talk about them. Yeah. So. Myself, I am honored that you are with us today. Thank you, sir, or ma'am, or whatever. But anyway, I need to look up that picture of that little night frog and see if we can find it. Um, and it has some crazy Latin name. They give these animals and critters the most insane names. Oh, that's an ugly little guy. That is the ugliest little frog. Look at that thing. Uh, Frog epidemic to the western Ghats of southwestern India. Now this is southwestern, and then the other thing said northeastern. That's weird. Oh man. But there it is. And it's under the true frog family, not the fake, not the false ones. It is a hideous looking little frog. Oh gosh, let's blow up the image here. There's a bunch of different images here, but let's look at this one. This one's the most hideous by far. Look at that thing. That is a gross looking frog. Okay, let's look at our poll and see what people think. How many frogs are in the world? 11% think 5,500, 5% think 7,400, 63 think 8,900, and a few people think they're gross. What was that? Toad licking? That thing back in the day. They if you got this particular toad, you could get a buzz off of it or something. Just so weird. Oh man. But it's supposed to be the size of your thumbnail. Good thing too, because it's ugly. Imagine a frog that looked like that. It was huge. Oh man. You look like a toad? Well, I apologize for that, unless that's what you're going for. Jeff is here from Detroit. Have a great day yourself, my friend. Thanks for stopping by and saying hi. I appreciate that. Got a lot of people come in and just kind of say hi and go about their day. That's really cool. I like that. Rather die than eat a frog. You're like, nope, not gonna do it. That's a harsh comparison. You would rather die than eat a frog. I guess some people will probably do that. I can't really say much then, now that I think about it. But it seems kind of extreme. Tastes like sweet chicken. I have had frog legs before. I don't know. They didn't taste bad, but they weren't great either. I mean, I thought they were going to be gross just because they're frogs, but no, they weren't bad. You know, I had them. That's not something I would go to a restaurant just because that's their special, you know? Ooh, they got frog legs. Let's go there. Fleetfoot likes fried frog legs as well. I mean, it got the old saying, it tastes like chicken, and it kind of does. It, you know, like I said, it's not bad or anything. Have I eaten a cockroach? Nah, no. I'm not a bug eater, per se, that I know of. They say there's probably bugs in your processed food. You had to eat frogs, pythons, anything we can get our hands on. Oh, there goes my nightlight. I mean, if you gotta eat it, you gotta eat it, right? So, yeah. No, I've not tried that cider. I know it, I'm familiar with that name being a joke. You almost had me there, Diddy. I've never had snake and I've never had alligator. Yeah. I don't know. Some people in like Louisiana and stuff eat that all the time. Not all the time, but there are restaurants that have it, you know. It's common. It's not like a mystery or a hard to find food item. Yeah. But People eat snake and all these other animals. I mean, you go to these other countries, they eat all kinds of different animals that we would never think of here in the United States. I wouldn't think of anyway. Hey, Matthew. So, yeah. You're in the tree behind me. Well, you better be careful. That's an old tree that's dropping limbs all the time. You may fall down and hurt yourself. They eat invasive iguanas. Well, that's kind of a win-win then, right? If they're an invasive species and you need to knock them out, they don't have any natural predators, then people can eat them. Do what you got to do, man. I had a friend growing up in Tennessee who eat squirrels. He would go out hunting for squirrels and eat them. I didn't eat squirrels at the time. They're like rats to me. I don't know. The iguanas freeze in the winter. Wow. Why does it look fake? Because it is. I got this huge green screen that's like a football field size, and I can just, I can pan around and it fools everybody. That's how good my green screen is. I've never seen anybody eat cats and dogs. Um, I haven't been. You see stuff online. These different countries, they sell them in markets, and eat them. But yeah, I'm not gonna be eating cats and dogs. I was in the army. I was in the army. I was infantry for a few years. Then I switched over to communications. I appreciate it, Matthew. I'm glad you like my little skits. I enjoy doing them. They don't get a lot of views though, but I still have fun making them. Especially the drone one. I thought that was hilarious. We can talk about this. We would eat a iguana or a frog. I mean, like I said, if you had to, that's a whole apocalypse thing type. If you're starving and you just come across a critter and you're that hungry, just cook it up. Oh, there's a series called Alone where they put these people out and they have to survive on these different parts of terrain, and whoever stays out the longest wins. But they'll end up eating mice and other different critters they find in the woods because they're so desperate for food. Yeah, I don't know. Brooks is here. Hey, Brooks, how you been? Radio operator. I was mostly maintenance for radio systems and satellite systems and communications. I was part of COMO, as they call it, and but I wasn't like a photographer type thing for communications. I was actually out there training people, setting up stuff, and maintaining radio equipment and the like. So yeah. So yeah. Survival was your thing. You know, I like the alone part of it for some aspects of it. Just getting away from everything. I like that idea. But I never liked hunting as a kid either. I grew up in Tennessee. My friends would go hunting, but I never liked it. Um, Chinese people supposedly eat cats and dogs and mice, but not sure. That sounds crazy though. They say they do. There's Asian countries that eat dog, yeah, and cat, and they have them in market. So I don't know. I couldn't really do that. It's a super cool app. You're right, Brooks. I just showed it this morning, and it's a really awesome app. I love it. And if you travel anywhere in the world, you can download that map and like find out the cool birds that are in the area around you. Hey, Cryptic. Um, but yeah, all is well. It's a little cool this morning. It's gonna warm up, and I got my coffee and I got you guys. So it's been a pretty good morning so far. Hmm. What was Survivor Man's name? Unlike bear staying in hotels and drinking its own whatever. uh, we got new channel is on here. Martin's on here. Fleetfoot. We got all kinds of people on here. I love it. The regulars coming by and strangers too. It's 4 a.m. here in the West Coast, Vegas. I'm in the Atlanta, Georgia area, Martin. For field radio, it was a Prick 77. That was the old one when you keyed it up, the little motor would wind up and You'd have to wait like 2 seconds before you started talking. I wish I'd had one of those just as a novelty. One of those old radios. You could tune in FM TV stations before they went digital. And hey, talkies. It was pretty cool. We would listen to like CBS out in the field. We were in the States doing training and stuff. Uh, you know, those radios are wild. They were heavy as hell too. Um, Man, they were just insanely huge and insanely heavy. But yeah, and then they switched over to the new digital radios, and they switched them again and again. They got a new one now, by a different company. It's really complicated, but it has a lot of functions. You can communicate via satellite, via radio wave, AM, FM, UHF, all these different things. A lot of capabilities, but yeah, it's hard to fathom learning that one. Like I said before, I haven't been fishing in forever. I don't even know where to go fishing around here. I haven't been fishing since I was a kid. Um, yeah, no drones down here in Georgia. They they keep dismissing it. Even Donald Trump was saying something about him. He's not going to travel to certain areas because of these drones. And then, of course, when he takes office, he's going to solve everything. So you just want to fish and smoke weed, just chill. 78 pounds carried for a while. Yeah, it was. I don't know how much the radio weighed. I should look that up real quick. Just 5 minutes outside of Atlanta, and you're good fishing. There are some lakes around here to go fishing, and people do go to these lakes all the time. They're bass boats, and they have fishing competitions. I just remember as a kid going to small ponds and small lakes out in the woods somewhere, and nobody was around. You just kind of had the whole place to yourself. That was fun to me, you know. Drone enthusiast. I have a drone as well. It's a little small one, but that thing gets 30 feet in the air. You can't see it. There's some squawking birds right now. Let's see what they are. Blue jay. Yep. Yep, that's a blue jay for sure. They squawk. You wouldn't think that from a blue jay, but yeah. Oh, I don't. Are you talking about like those Taki chips? Those things are supposed to be insanely hot. I'm not eating those things. Forget that. And yeah, you said the Texas lakes dried up. What about that one lake that just came up in California that hadn't been there like 120 years? It's been a dry lake bed for over a century. And had all this farmland on it. Then the snow melted or whatever, and it just flooded it and made this huge lake. Somewhere in California. It's wild how it just engulfed all these people's farms and homes. And it's just sitting there like, boom, here's your water. I like sushi. There's a nice little sushi restaurant here in town. It has a sushi bar, and they make all this stuff right there in front of you. I've been to a sushi place in Knoxville. Lemon something was the name of the place. Um, yeah, it's an old lake. What's that lake in California? Look it up for me, Wesley. What's the lake in California that just magically appeared after like a century or something like that? Everybody likes California roll. The wimpiest sushi roll you can possibly get. uh, yeah, 2 or 3 times. You must eat Takis. I could imagine having rain only maybe 2 or 3 times a year. I mean, when I was deployed in Iraq, we had no rain, and think it rained like one time, And it was just this little bitty shower that kind of it just stunned everybody. We're like, holy shit, it's raining. I was like, what? It was kind of cool. It lasted maybe 20 minutes or something, and then it was done. Yeah, but I can imagine being in the desert, and like, I don't know how that Vegas has grown so much over the past 50 years. I don't think city planners at the time building that town with the water reservoir that they had at the time, thinking it would grow that much. You know. Hey, Takis guy. 2 or 3 times a week, but it rains all the time in Florida. Yeah, it'd be like living in Great Britain and having to deal with rain all the time, and then coming to Vegas. Complete change, or going to going to the Sahara Desert or something like that. Um, huge change for real. Bush Camp is using a foreign language that I can't read. I hope you're doing well, whatever you said there. So according to our poll, and I was just doing some basic searches on the internet, but the basic consensus was there's around 7,400 different species of frogs in the world. I'm not saying that's 100% accurate, but that's the number that I was able to find over 2 or 3 different websites. Seem to be about the same. So I'm sure there maybe more, maybe less, but they said there's predicted to be around 7,400 and growing. They keep finding more and more species all the time. It's like, yeah, very common to find more species of frogs. What's my preferred brand of coffee? Um, well, right now I'm just doing a coffee pod out of the Keurig, but there is a coffee shop in Birmingham, Alabama called O. Henry's. They roast their own beans. They ship them to your house super fast, whole bean or ground. They got all different flavors and stuff. I don't really like their coffee. So, O. Henry's, you can look them up on the internet in Birmingham, Alabama. They'll ship them all over the states, no problem. I live in Georgia. I'd order one night and it would literally be at my house the next day. So it was by UPS. I don't know how they get it there so fast. I work at the post office and it blows my mind. So I'm like, how the hell they get this coffee here so damn quick? Um, but some people like Black Rifle coffee. I tried it. It's super, super strong. Um, I don't know. It's like, how do they make certain coffees so damn strong? Are they adding stuff to it? Are they using some kind of unheard of coffee bean? It doesn't seem natural to have one coffee so extremely strong. It makes me think they put something else in it. I don't know. That's just my thoughts. Yeah. We had a tree frog, little green tree frog, um, on a tree by the house. And the little guy was so loud. I mean, it was like an ambulance driving by your house. It was so loud, and it was doing this mating call or whatever, and its little chin would bulge out every time it was making its croaks and sounds and stuff. Um, I couldn't sleep. It was that loud. I could not sleep. I had to go out there and scoop it up and take it out to the wood line and put it in another tree. Like, here you go, buddy. Get away from the house, would you please? Oh, yeah. It was so loud. It's like, what the heck is that? You go out there and you're listening. You're like, you follow it, and it's this little frog. Maybe 2 inches long, tree stuck on the side of a tree, just making all the noise in the world. Yeah, a cricket in the house will drive you nuts too. You're so right, Wesley. You'll never. It'll take you an hour or two to find it, if you're lucky enough to even find it at all. What is up with that? Why are why are crickets so hard to find in your home if one gets inside? Somebody answer that question for me. He's so right. There's a We had wasps coming in the house too for some reason. They would just appear in the den, and I've checked all the because the den used to be a garage. It got closed in. Um, and I've checked the light fixtures and the baseboards and the windows, and I'm like, where are these wasps? I never, as to this day, I don't know where they come from. They just show up in this one room, and they're very lethargic. It's not like they're flying around aggressively or anything. They kind of just You'll find them on the floor just crawling, and they don't fly away. It's so weird. This time of year, they'll just pop up. It's weird. No, I'm at work. I'm out back at the loading dock. I got to go in here in another 5 minutes. I work Monday through Friday, so, and I got a Zoom meeting today. Yay! Multiple Zoom meetings. They love Zoom. And there's Tina pulling up in the parking lot. New channel. I've already said that like 3 times, so. I think I've entertained that enough for now. New channel, but maybe next time. Oh man. Oh, back to this bird out, that eastern towhee. There was animals are so fun. There's a little eastern towhee that would sit on the back bumper of this woman's truck and stare and peck at its reflection. Great Lakes Brewing Coffee Roasting Company. That's quite the name. They have a brand called Jamaican Me Crazy. Huh. Great Lakes Brewing Coffee. Okay. We're at the 31-minute mark. I'll try to remember that and go back to the chat and see. Morning, Tina. Ready for another fun-filled day at the post office?
Heck yes. I ate my Wheaties.
Look at you. Yeah, I love this jacket. It's not the warmest jacket, but it's very comfortable. Very comfortable. Yeah, it's very relaxed. It's not, I guess you could say it's very soft and cozy kind of jacket. But I gotta check out that place in New York. Great Lakes Brewing Coffee Roasting Company. I don't know why companies have to make their names so long. GLBCRC. It's not even a good acronym. It is pretty chill. It's just, we have another person, Carla. So there's 3 of us actually for this office. But Carla helps out at other offices a lot of times. So she's not here at this one as much. But yeah, it's super chill. It's a small office. Love it. The town's small. Everybody's, super friendly. And, hey, Istanbul. We're a little late. I'm almost having to leave. But I'm glad you stopped by and said hi. Long name coffee company is your next business idea. Who's the marketing guy behind that? They really wanted to narrow it down. They're like, we're in the Great Lakes. We're in New York. We brew coffee. Well, they're really covering a whole area there with that name. Seems a little over the top. Working out. As much as Istanbul works out, probably a bodybuilder. She's probably got guns bigger than mine. Of course you could subscribe. Anybody can subscribe if they want to. I don't mind. I don't think it's supposed to rain here today. The weather here is just cloudy today. The 10-day forecast shows a small percentage for rain. But, yeah, no rain. Just warming up a little bit. And partly cloudy. So it's good. You work out twice a week. Hey, Christy. Thanks for joining us this morning. Again, I'm about to close out here. About to say goodbye. But again, I want to thank all of you guys for watching and hanging out and tuning in, liking, subscribing, sharing videos, and all that good stuff, making this channel grow. I really appreciate it. I have a lot of fun doing it, as always. I'm glad you guys stopped by and said hi. And most people think there's 8,900 frogs in the world, and there very, very well may be. I'm not sure. And I'd like to meet the guy that goes around counting frogs and came up with that number. But anyway, You make me famous one day? All right, share my stuff. Share the videos on your other platforms. That'll help me out. But until next time, I hope you guys have a great day wherever you are. Enjoy a cup of coffee, compliment a stranger, and I will see you guys tomorrow morning at the same time. All right, guys. Talk to you later. Gotta go. Bye.